Last week, we told you about the Freestore Foodbank's ambitious effort to continue feeding the hungry. The goal is to build a major distribution and workforce training center. Freestore CEO Kurt Reiber talked about why this is so important with publisher Jamie Smith.
Thank you, Kyla. And Kurt, thank you for being in our virtual studio today.
Jamie, it's great to be with you as always.
You know, Kurt, I think most people know what the Freestore Foodbank is, but can you give our viewers just a quick synopsis of what you guys do?
Absolutely. We are a little bit unique in the food banking industry in that we not only provide food through a pantry network of over 500 pantries that are right in the communities that we serve, and that's a 20-county service area in the tri-state. But in addition to that, we have supportive services that we provide at our Customer Connection Center and over the Rhine, and we have 2 workforce development programs that are trying to move people out of poverty into successful jobs.
Okay. Well, now let our audience know a little bit more about your Growing Beyond Hunger campaign. I think this is a great idea and a great concept, but tell them what it is.
Well, really what we're talking about there is we know that feeding families is really important. Last year alone, we did almost 34 million meals. This year, we're on target to do about 37.5 million meals. But if we continue with the pandemic response that we've seen, which we're distributing about 1 million pounds of food every week, we could be somewhere close to 52 million meals in the next 12-month time frame. So the challenge here is to grow beyond hunger. Take the resources that we have and the best practices that we've seen across the entire Feeding America network and really devote a great deal of effort and time and resources to moving people out of poverty, away from hunger, and towards a more stabilized experience for themselves and their families.
Okay. Now, I know the need has been there, and it was there before the pandemic, but the actual part of this campaign was needed before the pandemic as well, right?
It really was. When you think about it, Jamie, when we started in 1971, when Frank Gersten started this organization, 98 to 99% of all the food that we distributed was shelf stable. Now 47% is perishable, and it's just growing from there because we're trying to get our families to eat healthier. So healthier food is fresh food. So you have to have increased refrigeration systems, freezer capacity, really trying to expand that. So this Growing Beyond Hunger campaign really has 3 pillars. The first and foremost pillar is our $20 million investment in a 150,000 square foot workforce development and distribution center. And that is something that will basically position the Freestore for the next 40 to 50 years. And then the next 2 pillars are equally important because $5 million will be invested into our pantry network and basically trying to build up the capacity that they have to take on more fresh fruits and vegetables, but also allowing their pantries to expand to support a broader network because we're seeing more and more folks that are more resistant to coming downtown. They want to stay in their neighborhoods, and we're trying to make that accommodation. So that $5 million investment will help them with technology, transportation, distribution, even some hiring of some key individuals. And then we have a $5 million investment that will go towards building the capacity of the Freestore Foodbank's workforce development programs, our wraparound supportive services. One thing that I think people don't understand is that even though we've been scaling back some of our operations to devote to food distribution during this pandemic, our benefit enrollment center has been working nonstop on a virtual basis. And they have been generating opportunities for folks to find out about SNAP benefits, Medicaid benefits, as well as unemployment benefits. So being able to stabilize families and really make a concerted effort to invest in those stabilizing forces and those stabilizing resources will be why we are growing beyond hunger.
Okay, excellent. Now, the most important question is how can our viewers help you out? How can they contribute, whether they're individuals or companies?
Well, that's what's really great is that we've had a great, tremendous outpouring of support already. And when we announced our public phase of the capital campaign, we were very close to a $20 million number, $19.2 million that has been raised so far of our $30 million goal. So where people can go to is they can go to growingbeyondhunger.org. That's growingbeyondhunger.org, and they can click on that information there. We have a presentation that's there, but we're also going to be reaching out to folks and really trying to get them involved and engaged in this operation. We have over 28,000 donors that support the Freestore Food Bank, and we know that they all want to participate because they know that not only is the Freestore a good investment of their charitable dollars, but we also try to be good stewards of those resources as well. 94% out of all the resources that we get in go directly to client services, and that's where we're trying to make a difference because we're stabilizing families as well as supporting their families in the basic need of food. We talk about food, connection, and hope, and growing beyond hunger will allow us to reach that goal.
Well, Kurt, thank you so much for what you do for this community. I'm always a fan of yours and your organization, and so glad to see the group that you have helping you raise this money. So I wish you success, and hopefully we'll have you on the show again and talk about how successful the campaign was.
Jamie, that'd be great. We have a great team here at the Freestore Food Bank. They're really working on the front lines of hunger, and they're helping us make a difference. And this team that we have supporting our campaign is a really tremendous group of individuals that have really been partners of ours for a long time.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, and we look forward to hearing about it.